This was supposed to be a press conference, but it turned into a reality check. A reporter came in hot with a claim about American citizens being deported, and she said the process was sloppy. She threw around accusations like ICE is breaking the law and really hoped that nobody was going to push back. But that didn't happen. This is Governor DeSantis she's talking to, and he's never been one to hold back. But then he lets ICE do the talking, and the ICE rep handled it like a pro. This is Andy with TrendingPolitics.com. Like and subscribe because you're not going to see this on CNN.
And willing and able to help.
With all due respect, this is the United States of America. There's so many.
Where are you from?
I'm WSBN Channel 7.
Okay.
My name is Vanessa McGee.
Great, thanks.
United States of America. So many people are being robbed. There's due process. This is wonderful, this dog and pony show, but there's American citizens who are being deported. They show their birth certificates, they show their passports, they show their IDs, and a lot of the work being done is a little sloppy.
Well, first of all, I'll let ICE handle that accusation that you're making that they're deporting American citizens who are showing birth certificates and all that. I don't believe that that's true, but I'll let them respond to that. But you seem to have no sympathy. You seem to have no sympathy for people that have been victimized by illegal aliens. What about people, you have someone driving drunk and kills American citizen? What about people that have been deported previously and let in under Biden who then commit sexual offenses or commit homicides? And then we have more victims as a result of the federal government's previous inattention and unwillingness to enforce the law. So there are a lot of people that have been harmed by illegal immigration. There have been people that have been harmed by Tren de Aragua gang members who should not be in this country in the first place. So let's just be clear. Who are you fighting for? We're fighting for the citizens of Florida. We want them to be able to live in a society that upholds the rule of law. We want them to be able to live in a state that is safe. And we have to take action on it. I'll let them address your accusation. But the notion that somehow this is America, therefore we're supposed to have an open border, we're not supposed to enforce immigration laws, we're supposed to just sit on our hands when Biden let in 7 or 8 million people illegally into the country? No, that is not responsible. That is not what our citizens elected us to do. So we're in this fight. I think a lot of these narratives that I hear, to me, just instinctively, I think they're fake narratives because I've seen it happen so many times. But I will let folks at ICE respond to your accusation.
Well, the first thing I'll say is that I think the governor's words really stand on their own. The men and women of ICE are working every single day to protect the communities, working with state and local officials to do our very best to protect the communities after the Biden administration opened our borders, allowed people to come into this country that should have never came into this country in the first place, jeopardizing our families and our communities and putting them in harm's way on a daily basis. The men and women of ICE are going into those communities to protect the men and women in these communities, to be able to do the mission that we've been set on every single day that the president has given us.
Of the 349,000 new court cases in 2025 alone, only 1% are new cases based on alleged criminal activity. So a lot of these people don't have criminal past or background. So who's being arrested and where is this information on ICE's website? It's on court documents, but we can't get this information, and ICE, quite frankly, isn't being very transparent.
Look, I'll stand by the fact that if you're in this country illegally, you are a criminal. You will be deported. You will have the opportunity to be able to come back into this country through the correct immigration processes. We're working through those every single day, but our number one goal is to keep the American people safe from the criminals that are walking in this country that should have never been let through in the first place.
What just happened in that room needs to be seen, not just heard about secondhand in a headline somewhere. That reporter came in ready to make ICE look like they were the bad guy. She intentionally framed her questions in a way that made enforcing the law look like chaos. And what you just saw was a moment that the media never plans for. A reporter tried to flip the conversation, accusing ICE of deporting American citizens, trying to paint the entire process as sloppy and dangerous. But instead of letting that slide, the ICE agent stood her ground and pushed the facts back into the spotlight. She laid it out clearly. The previous administration opened the floodgates. We know that. They allowed people in the country who should never have gotten past the border in the first place. The impact isn't theoretical. It's not abstract. It is real communities all across this country that are facing real consequences. Officers are scrambling to respond to real crises brought on by illegal immigrants, and real families are caught in the horrifying fallout. That's what ICE is dealing with today. Her job is enforcement, not spin, not storytelling, straight enforcement. She made it clear that illegal entry is still illegal, and I can't understand why so many people keep accusing ICE of deporting illegal immigrants who have no criminal record. They all have a record. It's called entering the country illegally. That fact doesn't disappear just because someone wants to take the situation and make it sound more sympathetic. The law is the law, and people who enforce it don't get to rewrite it just because the headlines shift. When the reporter tried to push the angle about how many ICE cases involve criminal charges, the agent answered without hesitation. Being in the country without legal status is a violation of federal law. That's the basis for everything that ICE does. That's the foundation they're working from. And they don't need a secondary crime to justify removal. The crime already happened when the border was crossed illegally. This wasn't a soundbite. It's just a straight answer to a very loaded question. In a room full of media, she didn't change her message. She talked about public safety. She talked about the job ICE is doing to protect people, not from theories, but from individuals who were never supposed to be here in the first place. There's a reason the press doesn't like moments like this. You'll never see this on CNN or any mainstream media anywhere, anytime. When someone tells the truth directly, without layers of official messaging, the whole game falls apart. They can't twist it. They can't edit the truth out. And they certainly can't pretend that they didn't hear it. That's what happened here. A reporter came in with assumptions, but she left with answers that didn't match the story she showed up to tell. And that ICE agent wasn't rattled. She knew exactly what the mission is and exactly what the law says. And she knew exactly how the media would try to spin the fake news headlines. But she answered for the work, and she made sure that the public knew that they were where the blame really belongs. She didn't throw out slogans. She didn't throw out anything but details, and anyone paying attention could truly see the difference. The press have the microphones right now in our country. They've got the platform. They have the viewership. They have the audience, and they want to be the ones in control of the narrative. But the more you watch and share videos like this one, videos that go straight to the source and tell the truth, unscripted and unapologetically, the more control you take away from them. That's why this exchange matters. Not because it's dramatic, but because it was honest. This is Andy with TrendingPolitics.com. Like and subscribe if you're tired of watching the truth get buried under some political spin and media framing. The facts are out there. The people doing the work are speaking up, and we're going to keep showing you what they say, whether the press likes it or not.